come on here to talk a little bit about my new book. First, I want to thank everyone who purchased my book. I have it right here. So excited, so excited. You are so pure to me, so very excited. So, Mother's Day is coming up this Sunday, and this is the perfect gift to give to a mother or a sister that's a mom or a cousin that's a mom or actually any woman that you want to celebrate. This is the book. So tomorrow I'm going to read chapter 7 in my book. Chapter 7. That's a new book. I don't want to mess that book up. Let's see. Let's look at this one right here. This is Jill Albright's book. We'll mess up her book. She has to come pick it up because I wrote something in there to her. See that right there? She hadn't even seen it yet. So anyway, I wanted to talk about why I wrote chapter 7 in this book. And I'm going to read it tomorrow in preparation for Mother's Day because I'm telling you, this book is a blessing. Now, when people talk to me, I go, oh, go read chapter 7. Oh, go read chapter 6. Read chapter 10. It's a resource. It's a blessing. And I'm telling you, this book is anointed from God. And for those who have already purchased this book, once you start reading it, you can't put it down. So why did I write chapter 7? I'm talking about that chapter specifically because Mother's Day is coming up this Sunday. So chapter 7 was one of the hardest chapters for me to write in my book, You Are So Pure to Me, which, by the way, you can get this book on Amazon. I know y'all see it. My camera's moving. It's like following me and stuff. I'm on my computer. Look, I got distracted. Oh, there's a squirrel. Okay, anyway. Chapter 7 was one of the hardest chapters for me to write in my book because a number of reasons. It's titled Motherhood Mistakes and Mercy. I wrote this chapter because I know what it feels like to love your children deeply, where you just fiercely loving them while still trying to heal yourself all at the same time. It's a hard thing. So that's why I wrote this particular chapter. I think a lot of mothers carry silent guilt. We carry this silent guilt when we're parenting, when we're raising our children, when we're dealing with a lot of emotional damage, maybe even physical damage or low self-esteem, regardless of what the reasons are. Many mothers carry silent guilt. Not because we didn't love our children, not because we didn't try, not because they remember that we remember the moments we wish we could take back. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Those things you said, those things you did, you wish you hadn't done. Yes. Those hard seasons, the emotional exhaustion of it all. These are the reasons why I wrote chapter 7. It was a challenge to write. The times when we were surviving instead of thriving. Yeah, there's a lot of those. How about that? And sometimes mothers, we carry shame over wounds that we never caused in the first place, or even the wounds we have caused, right? So in this chapter, Motherhood Mistakes and Mercy, in chapter 7 of my book, You Are So Pure to Me, I wanted women to understand something that God began teaching me through my own healing journey. You ready for this? You can be a wounded woman and still be a good mother. Seriously. You can be a wounded woman and still be a good mother. Those are not the same things. I wrote this chapter for women who wonder if they failed their children, right? For the mother who still replays old moments in their mind. You know how we go over and over and over the things we said, things we did. Oh my gosh. For the woman who gave everything she had while quietly carrying her own pain. Yep, that's why I wrote that particular chapter. Because guess what? Mercy still speaks. God is not standing over mothers with condemnation. He is meeting them with restoration. And one of the most healing things I realize is this: generational cycles and patterns are not broken through perfection. They are broken through surrender, through healing, and through progression. And chapter 7, Motherhood, Mistakes, and Mercy, became deeply personal for me because I began seeing that healing doesn't just transform us. Healing also creates room for restored relationships with our children too. Yep, that's true. So that's why I wrote it. So tomorrow I'm going to read chapter 7, and I want to encourage all of you to buy this book. You want to give your mom something great for Mother's Day, or your wife something great for Mother's Day. This is the book. It's available on Amazon. I'll drop the link somewhere in here. I'll have to figure out how to do that, but I'll do that. But that's why I wrote the book. I believe that there are mothers who still need to know, guess what? It's not too late. It isn't too late. Your story isn't over, and God still heals the places where you feel you have failed. That's why I wrote this book. How cool is that? It's amazing. You got to get this book. So I said I was going to read it tomorrow, but I might read just something. Let's see what I can find. Oh, I'll tell you what some of the chapters are. How about that? Of course, the dedications to my amazing husband. There's that. Oh, and Dr. Alveda King wrote the foreword to my book. There's that. I'll read the preface. How about that? A personal word before you begin. There's a certain kind of book that asks you to sit with it, not because it is heavy, but because it is holy. This is one of those books. Before you turn these pages and step into my story, I want to tell you something clearly. This is a book about redemption, not exposure, about identity, not history, about God's voice, not my past. I have lived a life with many chapters, some beautiful, some painful, some private, and some still sacred to those who walk them with me. I'm a mother of 7, and each of my children carries their own memories, stories, questions, and experiences. My motherhood has been shaped through seasons of life, love, and loss that I hold as sacred. And out of honor for them, out of wisdom, I will not recount every detail of the roads that brought me here. This is something. Now, I'm just reading that part, right? But tomorrow, I'm reading chapter 7, Motherhood Mistakes and Mercy. Such a good chapter. Very challenging chapter to watch. But this is something that I want all of you to know. Y'all ready for this part? I wrote that right there. I did. It says, not every truth must be spoken to be healed. Not every chapter must be shared to be redeemed. Not every wound must be described to be restored. This book is not written from the place of a victim. It is written from the place of a woman who has survived, healed, thrived, and been transformed by the relentless love of God. What you will read is not gossip, not trauma rehearsed, not pain displayed for sympathy. What you will read is the story of how God stepped into my life in unexpected ways through unexpected people at unexpected moments and rewrote my identity with a sentence I never thought belonged to me. You are so pure to me. Look at that. Those words became a mirror. They became a healing. They became a doorway into a version of myself I did not know existed. And guess what? There's a version of that exists in you too. And now I offer this journey to you, not so you can look at my wounds, but you can discover your own restoration. I pray as you read, you will feel God drawing near to your broken places, love rewriting your name, peace settling where shame used to sit, truth dissolving lies you carried for years, hope rising where heaviness once lived. This book is not about reliving the past. Who wants to go back there? It's about reclaiming the future. It's not about what was lost. It is about what God restores. And it is not just my story. It's a story for every woman who has ever questioned her worth, her beauty, her identity, and her purity. If you feel unworthy, this book is for you. If you feel unseen, this book is for you. If you feel stained by your past, this book is absolutely, undeniably for you. Take a breath, settle your heart, let the journey begin. So tomorrow, in honor of Mother's Day, I'll be reading chapter 7, Motherhood Mistakes and Mercy. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's a good one. It's a good one. God bless you. Don't forget, pick up a copy of my book, Amazon. If you're local, guess what? I've got some right here. Got some right there. I can autograph and sign to you. Tomorrow, I'll be reading chapter 7 in honor of Mother's Day. Pick up a copy of this. Go to Amazon, pick up a copy. You Are So Pure to Me, and give it to everyone you know that's a woman. This is a book they're going to treasure. This is something that they absolutely are going to be healed through. Even now, I wrote it, and I've probably read this book at least 30 times. Not even joking, at the very least, right? And I still pick it up. So God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you guys tomorrow when I'll be reading from my book, Chapter 7, Motherhood Mistakes and Mercy. God bless you. Have